This article is a brief guidebook of what should and what should not be included in your trailer insurance policy. Following these travel trailer insurance tips will ensure that you can use your trailer without any hassle and prevent any related trouble in your trips. So you have bought an expensive travel trailer and are now worried about its safety, right? Happens. Humans usually indulge first and then think later. That's human mentality. However, there are a lot of options for getting insurance, and most of them would be quite suitable to you. You need to be vigilant and make sure that you are getting what you bargained for. It is quite a cliché to say that you have to minutely read the fine print, but there it goes. You have to minutely read the fine print. There is no way you can ensure you are getting what you want without that. Now, here are some of the things you need to keep your eyes peeled for. Tip number 1. Check what coverage you are getting. Make doubly sure what your insurance will cover you for. These are the least types of coverage that you must get. Losses due to accidents and collisions, destruction or damage due to fire and related perils, losses due to natural calamities such as hurricanes, floods, landslides, hails, storms, lightning, etc. Damage done due to animals, damage done due to vandalism, damage done due to unavoidable roadside perils such as low-hanging branches and bad road conditions, loss due to theft. Bad faith is not unheard of in the claims. Hence, it is important that you make sure everything you want is specified clearly. Tip number 2. Check the emergency expenses coverage. Most policies must cover for the unexpected expenses that you might have to incur if your trailer broke down on the way. There are many such expenses that might happen, such as you might have to spend a night in a motel, you might have to pay extra for towing the trailer or making repairs, etc. If you want coverage in such situations, check that the documentation explicitly mentions that. Tip number 3. Check for fixtures coverage. Do you have expensive gear affixed on your trailer? Your policy should, by default, cover for the permanent fixtures that came with the vehicle, but if you have done any additions later, see how you can cover them with the policy. You might have expensive awnings or even drapes on your travel trailer windows. Or there might be some antennas and satellite dishes you have connected. Such peripheral accessories can be covered for, but only if you specifically mention them. You might have to pay extra premium on that, but if you are traveling a lot in unknown places, you might as well equip yourself against their losses. Tip number 4. Check for parked trailer coverage. This coverage is different from the coverage you can get when the trailer is moving. In case your vehicle is parked at a campsite or any other such place and you are using it as a temporary residence, you will get a different kind of coverage during those times. Be aware of that, and speak with the policy representatives about it. Tip number 5. Check for distance conditions. All these policies have some restrictions about the claims they will pay depending on the distance of the trailer from the permanent residence of the person. Some policies will have more coverage if the damage or loss is afflicted out of a particular area, which is mostly about 50 miles away from home in any direction. Check out what the policy conditions are based on these distance restrictions. See whether they will pay at all if the damage is done much closer to home. If not, you better look for some other policy. Tip number 6. Check for other miscellaneous terms and conditions. Like all other policies, travel insurance policies also have a very long list of yeses and nos when it comes to paying out the claims. Some policies would be applicable only if the damage was done when the trailer is moving, while some will cover damages occurred when parked. Such policies are called full-timer policies, and even if they are dearer on the premiums, they are the wiser choice to take. You cannot imagine how many dangers lurk for your trailer in your own neighborhood. Take vandalism for instance. Make sure you cover your precious trailer for every moment that it is with you. The final point that needs to be made is that you should go for travel trailer coverage only from people who are experienced. Check out some references and do an online search on their reputations. Most vendors of housing, car, and other types of insurances may not be quite adept at managing these insurances, because this is entirely a different ballgame. See that you do not end up with the short end of the stick with a company that doesn't know what it is actually in the business for.